I've just spent about an hour trying to play the guitar, and I've just let myself get so wound up by it. I can't get the chord progressions right, I couldn't get the strumming patterns right. And then I was like, right, okay, I'm just going to put this down now, because I was reaching a point where I was getting so hot-headed. I was like, I just need to stop. All the while, like, I've let myself get so wound up by playing the guitar. Like, right, I'm going to sit here and try and write on my laptop. And I was sat there for about 10 minutes, and I'm like, I can't, like, I've got like a list or a few notes with different ideas on, and I'm like staring at them, and I'm just, why is it that when I let myself get frustrated and wound up, I just like, I don't know. I've just had I've had such a good week. The London trip going really well. I've just been to Cardiff for a couple of days, and I came back yesterday afternoon. And then I went out and played golf in the morning with this friend of mine, and that went really well. So it's like everything for the past week has been so positive. And then it's like I've just crashed now. I get that, you know, it's perfectly normal, you know, and things can't be perfect all the time, but everything was going so well, and then suddenly it's not even a big thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've had a lot of good things happen to me in the last week, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna have a pick at my guitar now, and I can't do that, and so it's the end of the world. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just the way that that internal voice in my head just tells me, like, oh, well, that's it, life's ruined, like, everything's shit now. I'm just like, why talk to yourself like that? But I don't know any other way. I feel like most of what I've just said doesn't really make sense at all, but I hope some of it might be a bit relatable. I don't know, I mean, like the past week, maybe I've just been riding this sort of high, and then at some point it had to slow down a bit. I just don't get why my internal voice treats me like shit. I feel like I've always been so unbelievably critical of myself. So why are my expectations so high? If that makes sense. I don't know. Sorry, this just distracted me a second. Doesn't that look like, you know, the film Holes? Do you know what I mean? He thinks that he thinks that me holding you on this tripod is a stick. Look. Riggs, ready? Silly gold. I just don't know why I react to things so existentially. It's like, oh, so you're playing guitar, that's wound you up. Right, now you need to start writing. But you can't write anything. Okay, then you can record something. Oh, but you don't want to record anything because you're pissed off with yourself. You're not in the mood. Before too long, one thing going wrong to everything's shit to, oh, life's over. Does that make sense? I don't know, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Cool place though. Why do I hold myself, or why do I hold such high expectations of myself when so much of the time I don't prove to myself that I'm doing something well, if that makes sense? And then as soon as, obviously, you've got that big spike of where things are going really well, and then suddenly for them to not be going well again, I guess my subconscious tells me, like, oh, you were doing really well, but then you fucked it royally, and now you're just the most awful person in the world again. I just feel like I feel this pressure to record things and get things out. Like, I know, like, I shouldn't feel pressured to do anything. Like, it doesn't, who gives a fuck if I release a video this week or not? Nobody really. But I still feel like this hobby of mine that I've started and I've spent all this money on, and especially at the moment, I ain't got a job. Why should I have all the time in the world? I'm like, I might have a lot of time, but I need to actually, like, come up with the right things to do with it, you know? But like, the London trip went well, you know, it went really well. And again, like, there's another big video coming out in a few weeks that I'm really, really excited to share with you all. Gotta keep stum for a minute. It's one of my favourite spots to walk, by the way. Gorgeous. I normally come here when I'm feeling like I need to feel grounded. When I've been going through a rough patch, like I was for quite a while, and then last week things start going really well. You know, like, I was so low, and then suddenly I'm so elated, and I'm riding the high of that, and then I have another good couple of days away in Cardiff with my friend, and so it's like another reason to be really happy. Come home, play about with the guitar, and just in the space of an hour, I go from feeling top of the world to right back to square one. I just don't know why I hold myself, or I hold such high expectations of myself, because what have I got to prove? I just tend to I just tend to blame myself whenever things start going down again, going downhill, or you know, if I have a good day or a good couple of days and I wake up the following morning like feeling like crap, I instantly, like that voice in my head tells me like, it's your fault, Arthur, like you're the one that's to blame here. Bottom line is, I just let myself get so pissed off today, and it's just let my mood just take over. I can't appreciate the good that's in my life right now. It's like it just takes one small thing to ruin that. I don't know, why am I just allowing this to happen? Why am I just letting myself get so annoyed and so frustrated by such small things and then letting it take over? If I ever want to be good at guitar, I'm going to have to go through a lot of this to get any good. Is it patience? Is it impatience? Is that what it is? You know, it's probably partly impatience. Is it because I'm holding this? Started this now. Not it. Where is it? It's right there, that's where it is. I do love that dog. Such a tard. Look at what I've got, he says. Look at this stick that I've got and that you haven't. Oi, go on. There was a time in my life where I was very calm and I was very grounded and I was very confident. Maybe in a big-headed, obnoxious way, I don't know, because I'm me. But I feel like I had like a confidence about me that I just trusted in myself. I don't know, it just seems to have depleted. It makes me really sad that instead of earlier basically just rage quitting while I was practicing the guitar, I would have either carried on and I'd still be there now, or I'd just stop and I'd just crack on with my day. Like, what's changed? It hasn't always been like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just expecting too much too quickly, and the highs have started to plateau and they're slightly kind of dropping again. I just need to maybe just remind myself that just because the highs aren't always the highs, it doesn't mean that anything else, like that, it doesn't mean that the automatic response to that is that everything is really low, because it's not. The sun's come out, it's warm, I'm sat here and it's warm on my skin, and I'm in a beautiful green field sat under two enormous trees that are probably 10 of my generations old. That's probably an awful shout, so ignore that. A very, very old tree. Thinking about going to the beach tomorrow and just swimming. I feel like it's been so long since I've been in the sea, and being in the sea always does worlds for me. There's a theory that what if you've been having a rough time and you just go and get in some incredibly cold water, the shock just stops you from, like, it's like a chance for you to just completely shut your mind off to the other, you know, the stuff that's been stressing you out. Like, you go and jump in some water that's like 5 degrees and think about anything other than, fuck, this is really cold. I feel like, I mean, it was a bit different when I was in Australia because the water was warm and the weather was nice, but I used to swim every single day. I think I probably needed that part of my routine a lot more than maybe I realised. I mean, it's hard to say because a lot has happened since I've come home, and a lot has changed, and a lot has, you know, I've been through some stuff mentally, and so it's hard to know. Basically what I'm saying is I think I just need to go and get in the sea because I think it does a lot for me. Right, I'm gonna finish this dog walk. Sorry it's not the most interesting video, but I hope that some of it was relatable. If you've been in a similar position to me where, you know, when things are good they're great, and then as soon as one small thing happens your brain just lets that one small thing completely ruin your mood. If you've been in that position before and you've kind of overcome it, what did you do? Because I'd love some pointers, or I'd love some tips, because I don't like this person that I've become that reacts to things in such a huge way. So yeah, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Thank you to everybody who's still watching to the end, and a huge thank you to everybody who's supported me over the past few weeks, months, be that via messages, comments, whatever. I appreciate all of it so much, and more than I can put into words, so thank you so much. And I don't know, this is a bit of a weird video, I guess I'll see you next time. Cheers, Kevs. Look at the bluebells. Well, they're very pretty, aren't they? Is that interesting? I don't know. It's nice to see the sun's out and that spring is starting to bloom.